This is something that I actually wanted to make a video about for a while, because when I was 14, I made a list of if I wanted to be the coolest person in the world, what would that list be? And I basically tried to embody that for the next few years, and I'm 19 now, so I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this. And also, in addition to that, the things that I think make you the coolest person ever. I have not filmed in a little bit, and I'm just hella excited, honestly. Like, I love filming. I just have to motivate myself to do it because I get really anxious to do stuff. But I'm ready. Okay, we are so back. So basically, here's how I did the coolest person list. So for like a little backstory, I have been a writer for like my whole life pretty much. I've always been like writing and journaling and just stuff like that. But I have like boxes in my garage of like all my old notebooks and stuff, and in one of those notebooks is the list that I made when I was 14, and I really want to find it. Like, I want to pick a day to go through my garage and like find this list because I want to compare it to like the person that I am now. But basically, when I was like 14, I did like a writing like little page about like basically the coolest person in my head, what that would look like if it was one person. Like, if somebody embodied everything that I think is cool, what would that look like? And not just like physically what that look like, but like hobbies, like music taste, lifestyle, all that shit. Like, what would if I met somebody and I was like, you are the coolest motherfucker in the world, like, who is that, basically? And it was so cool, and I just tried to like embody it, and I think it just gave me a lot of direction, especially at, I mean, any age, you're constantly changing, but I feel like I'm 19 now, I was 14 then, and those are both ages where I feel like you really need to focus on like making yourself the person you want to be. My camera battery's flashing and I just started. Basically, what I would say is make a list of the coolest person in your head. And with this, don't just do, like I said, appearance. Like, appearance, yes, but also other things too. Like I said, lifestyle and clothing style and the types of people you would hang out with, any type of hobbies, any type of habits, the way that you interact with the world, if you want to start treating people differently or treating yourself differently, like anything that you could think of that would make you seem like, oh, that person's cool. Write it down. Or even you could write down traits of your favorite people that you want to embody. Like, if you know somebody that's really like compassionate or something and you want to embody that, then write that down too. Next thing I would say is to be somebody that loves very loudly and passionately to everybody around them. Like, be somebody that is not afraid to vocalize that they care, because in my opinion, that is literally one of the most attractive traits that I can see in people, and one of the coolest traits that I can see in people. And I love when I meet somebody who is not like afraid to have emotions and feelings. I don't like nonchalance. I think it's really stupid, but I also think that it's super like refreshing to meet somebody who is like vocal about stuff. And if you think something's cool, like, express that. And I don't know, I just feel like it's so cool, and it automatically makes you cooler if you're somebody that has emotion and is like not afraid to express it, and you're not afraid of seeming like, you know, too much or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people want to come off a certain type of way, and I feel like it's just not gonna actually make people think you're cool. They're just gonna think you're faking something. And kind of going second with that, I would say the coolest people that I've ever met are people that are really authentic and are like very themselves. Like, if you know these type of people that I'm thinking of, you're probably thinking of somebody too in your life that is like very like one of one. Like, there's nobody else that has the same vibe as them, but it's like they're very individual and authentic, and it's hella cool. I've had friends like this, and I've met people like this, and I just think it's so cool. Like, people that are very, like I said, just authentic and expressive with their character and stuff. I just think it's so cool. A really good example of this is Burberry Airy. If you fuck with Burberry Airy, he's hella cool. He literally has the coolest style, coolest like lifestyle, everything. And the way he carries himself, I've always thought he was hella sick, because he just doesn't give a fuck. He literally just like does his thing. He has hella cool hobbies, and like the way he dresses, like I said, he's just like hella chill, and he's not afraid to, like I said, have emotion and say things and be like vocal about caring about shit. And just like, I don't know, I just feel like that's a perfect example of the type of person I'm talking about when I say like be authentic and be like hella original. And yeah, don't try to like do things that don't feel natural to you. If something feels good and natural and like this is part of who I am, then do that. But if it feels like, oh, I'm gonna do this because other people are, because it looks cool, like nah. Although like you can obviously do stuff that's just like because you see it trending, whatever, but I would say to be hella cool, just do everything that feels really authentic to you, and you're gonna become original just on its own. Like if you do that, you don't have to like try to be original. I think that's when you're gonna be trying to fake stuff and it's gonna seem inauthentic. So just like I said, be yourself to the fullest extent and don't really care about what people have to say about it, as hard as it can be. That's gonna make you hella cool. Like that's the kind of people that I notice and think are really cool. Okay, it's been like, I don't know, 5 hours or something. I did have my camera battery charged. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what I was saying last time, but I'm pretty much just trying to get to the point where it's like, you know, being really original is always gonna come off as cool, and I don't think I'm the only person that thinks this way. Like obviously, like I said, when I meet people, if they're a really original person, that is hella cool. But just in general, like I think as a rule for overall, like people think you're cool when they can tell that you're being yourself, pretty much. I really want to do like a room tour video because I love my room so much, and I just redid it recently because I got like a new little table for it, and I don't know, I really want to post about it. I love my room, it's so cool. I need to deep clean my room, make it look like perfect, and then I can make a video, show you guys. And I also want to do a yoga video. That's probably not going to be for a while because I'm kind of anxious and scared, but I don't know, I love yoga so much and I would love to make a video, like a yoga video. But yeah, I don't know, many things. I've just been thinking about like videos I want to do, and I don't know, I just want to like make more videos in general. I kind of want to just do videos about whatever that sounds cool and not really be like hella tripping about like how useful the video is, or you know, if I feel like it's quality shit, or if it's just like me talking about random things. But even if it's random, I feel like the channel is like about my life, and I think it's fine. So maybe we'll get room tour videos. I even would do like cooking videos because I love to cook. I want to do like fashion videos too, and like talk about clothing and stuff. I'm kind of getting off topic, but it's chill. Basically, once you have the list or the idea of like the coolest person that you want to become, make another list of actionable steps to get there. So if it's like, you know, a certain style that you want to dress like, make a list of like places that you could try to get the clothes, or like make like, I don't know, like a fashion board or some shit about the way you want to present. For like habits and hobbies and stuff, like make an actionable list of ways that you can implement that stuff into your life, so it's not just so overwhelming of like, I don't know, maybe you want to like, you know, pick up a new skill or some shit and it sounds daunting, but then if you make like steps to how you could get there, it's gonna be way easier. So this is actually like kind of different, but what I do as well, just like an additional little thing, I don't know, I don't have like a set time that I do it, probably like on average once every other month, but I just make a list of like things I want to implement into my life right now. And I have like so many of these lists all over because I've been doing this for years, but it's just like every month or every 2 months I'll just like write about it randomly, like bullet points of like things that I want to bring into my life or take out of, or just things that I've been noticing like my mental space has been occupied by, and things that I want to do something about. And yeah, it's just good to like tap in with yourself about that stuff and kind of see, you know, if you're where you want to be or if you can make any changes. Another thing that I think makes you hella cool is like when you're somebody that just like cares about people and is really nice by like default. Like you just meet people and you're automatically kind. Like I feel like that is very underrated sometimes, and people just, I don't know if it's like an ego thing or what, but people just get really comfortable treating other people like they're less than them without even knowing people or getting to know anybody, or they'll see things or hear things about people, and before even getting to talk to that person, they'll form an opinion. And I just think the coolest people are the ones that give everybody a chance and get to speak to people and get to know people before they become judgmental or anything. Like I feel the coolest people are ones that are compassionate and understanding and give people benefit of the doubt, as far as, like I said, just getting to know people. Like if you just see somebody and you're gonna judge them based on superficial things, maybe their appearance or their style or whatever, the way they carry themselves, stuff like that, I just feel like that's such a loser thing to do. And I feel like if you want to become a better person, you gotta really like pay attention to how you treat small interactions and shit. But I think you gotta kind of pay attention to, you know, how much those little interactions end up making you feel better. At least for me, I love talking to strangers and going in public and just, I don't know. And I also work a job that has a lot of like customers and stuff. Like I talk to a lot of people and a lot of new people every day, and I just love getting to hear people's perspectives and stories. And sometimes people just need someone to listen to them, and if you can be that for somebody, I think that that is such a big important role that we don't even realize is such like a necessary component to life, you know. And I feel like everybody can do their part in that. So the main thing I'm trying to get at is just like be really understanding, patient, compassionate, and kind. And I think that it will fulfill your soul, and you're gonna feel like you're more at peace, and it's gonna make you a better person overall. And I guess my final like big piece of advice is that I would say don't take life itself very seriously, but take like your goals and your dreams and ambitions very seriously. Because if you take life too seriously, then you're just gonna be stressed out 24/7. Because trust me, I used to do that. I used to be hella like worried about things that don't matter, and I still struggle a lot with anxiety, like a really bad, but it's different now. It's not like the way that it used to be. And honestly, like when I noticed for me that I stress out the most, it's because I'm taking things in life that don't matter in the long run really seriously. And you honestly just gotta come to certain understandings with yourself about what is important to you instead of what you think should be important to you. And if those things are good in your life, and you know you're on the track you're supposed to be in all the aspects of your life, I feel like you're good. And I just feel like we gotta stress less about shit that we can't control, and things that are not like under immediate power to get fixed from us. I just feel like as people in general, we stress hella about things that we can't change, and I do it too, obviously. I'm human, but I just feel like it's so common, and I see a lot of people, including myself, like I said, it's like stressing about shit that doesn't matter, and things that we can't do anything about. And I feel like I always try to remind myself too that whether or not I overthink things and I stress about things, the outcome's gonna be the same. Because especially if it's like things that are completely out of my hands, like me thinking about it all day isn't gonna change what happens tomorrow. Or if I don't think about it at all, the same result's gonna happen tomorrow. So it's kind of like, why you gotta do so much stress when it could be a 10-minute uncomfortable thing or an all-day uncomfortable thing leading up to those 10 minutes, you know? And that's just like an example, but for whatever it is, I just feel like I have learned over the last few years of my life and becoming independent and stuff that certain things don't matter, and people are gonna tell you that they do, and you just gotta be like, that's cool. And then in your own time, just remember what really matters to you and what fulfills your life and your soul. And everything else I feel like is just can come later. Like I feel like as long as your foundations are good, then you don't need to be worried about it. But the reason I say take your dreams very seriously is because that's what I'm saying, is the things that fulfill you and make you feel really happy. And like, you know, when you get that passionate feeling and you feel really like high on life, those are the types of things you need to be chasing. And I say high on life because if I'm obviously not talking about like dopamine from like substances or like bad habits and shit, but I mean as far as being around good people, doing hobbies, like stuff like that, things that make you feel alive and make you feel really passionate. Maybe it's like a career that you want to do. It's just those type of things. You need to take them seriously and prioritize it, because that's where you're really gonna feel like your days have meaning, and you're gonna become a better person through making time for yourself in ways that are not just for productive reasons. Because sometimes we get stuck in like trying to just be productive, that we make less time for things that are just because we enjoy them. And I think you'll become a cooler and better person when you make time for yourself and treat yourself the way that you treat the people around you. We gotta kind of remember what's important And I feel like at the end of the day, it just comes down to love, and anything that comes after that you know, loving the world, loving your people, loving yourself, loving God. It's just important, and anything else I feel like always is gonna come after that to me, and that could just be a personal thing. But I don't know, I'm 19, so maybe my opinion on everything in life will change in a few years, and that's totally chill. But for now, I just feel like we gotta stress less, especially about shit that we can't control, and work on becoming a better person every day. But do it like, try to become 1% better every day, because it's not going to be like an overnight switch. You can't really just wake up and become completely different in every area of your life and have it be sustainable. So don't put like hard pressure and goals on yourself like that, but make, like I said, actionable steps that you can implement into your daily life to become a better person than you were the day before. So yeah, that's kind of my take on this. I don't really know if this is like helpful or anything, but I just wanted to kind of talk about it. So thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful, and yeah, stay sober. I will see you